What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to the second to last of my, mini series at this point for the Polish Beauty Expo. I have two more, and I chose to wait until not really the last minute to release the two videos because the next one's going to be probably another week before I get it out, just due to collection release dates, launch dates. This time we're going to check out Owl Lacquer's goodies. I had a couple of questions on regarding my PBE video when these were going to come out, and as I spoke to Rachel after the show, we were all exhausted, and she said she just needed a minute to recoup and get back and reassess what she's got for stock. So in this video, we're going to talk about her launch for this week, where we're also going to include her overpours. So this is where I do bells and whistles once again, that if you have not watched my Polish Beauty Expo video, I will link it in the description box below. That holds all of Rachel's Owl Lacquer's PBE exclusives. And if there's overpours, which I'll talk about at the recap of this video, you can see those live swatched on that video. We're going to talk about in this video polishes that are just going to be for her shop. These are, not limited edition, what have you. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to kick off this swatch-a-thon with the Imagineer Quad. This is the Land of Fantasy set inspired by classic Fantasyland staples. You can grab all four for $45, or you can get them for $12.50 each. Here we have Enchanted Wish. This is described as a pale sunshine yellow curly base with red to gold and blue glass and black metallic flakes. To my eyes in person, I am detecting a touch of a lime undertone, and that could just be just how I don't know, maybe I'm perceiving the blue flecks going up throughout this finish. And I don't know, to me, I'm seeing a pastel type of yellow, but I don't know, to my eyes, I'm seeing a tiny bit of green. This has a very creamy, ultra smooth formula to it, very easy to apply. I personally took it up to 2 normal coats for myself, and I thought it was beautifully opaque. It does dry down quite thirsty and a touch textured, so you're seeing a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. Make It Pink is a fuchsia curly base with blue glass and black metallic flakes. This one is stunning. Now, I wanted to know, I thought it was really interesting when you see the color in the bottle and then you're applying it onto your nails. When it's wet, it looks a certain color, but then when it dries down, it kind of looks a slightly different tint to the fuchsia base. I do agree with that official description. This is a fuchsia. It's like this ultra bright neon-y, somewhat neon, I should say, very vibrant type of color. It's gorgeous and ultra flattering. I think it's going to look great on any skin tone. It has a really smooth curly formula, so I think 3 lighter coats was perfect to build this one up, as it didn't have that creamy plump factor to it that, say, Enchanted Wish had. Make It Blue is a rich sky blue base with pink glass and black metallic flakes. So we have a similar formula to Make It Pink. This is less on that curly side. It kind of leans a touch more into the jelly type of buildup. So I chose to take it to 3 coats, normal to lighter coats for what I typically do, just to slowly build it up and maximize flaky payoff. This is another one that is going to be thirsty and a touch textured from all the flakes. So you'll want to finish with a good glossy top coat and a glitter smoothing top coat, just to seal everything up and make it plump, perfect, and level. Jingles, Mary Poppins, is a white curly base with pink red glass flakes and black metallic flakes. To my eyes, this base color is what I would consider a milky type of white. I wouldn't classify it per se as being a stark white. However, again, with that caveat, that to my eyes, I'm thinking maybe it's the pink and red glass flakes going throughout it that is making me see it less as a stark white curly, and almost like I'm talking a gallon of white paint and there's a drop of charcoal to it. I'm going to suggest 3 light to normal coats for opacity and building it up nice and opaque, and a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. And we're going to move into the next set. This is the Bridgerton Volume 1 set. This is a 6-piece set inspired by, of course, the amazing show. I love this show so much. Season 2 is my favorite. You can get these for $75 for all 6 in the collection, or you can get them for $13.50 each. And here we've got I Burn For You. This is an aqua to cyan base with strong pink gold shimmer. So we have a plump, shimmer bomb going on here. All 6 polishes are like this. They will dry down on the heavily flirting with being a matte side. And again, when shimmers are not lacking for pigment and ingredients, this is that result. So if you don't have like a glossy top coat of any type, or your top coat is on the somewhat thinner side, because these dry down on a more chrome type of way, it's like a super flat matte dry down, you maybe want to use a glitter smoothing top coat. And that's just to give you a little bit extra oomph plumping factor to your glossy top coat. The bane of my existence and the objects of my desires. It's so hard to say these titles without like having this whimsical tone to my voice. This one's described as a pale pink, somewhat lilac base with intense pink to gold shimmer. So pretty, ultra flattering. Now I want to note across the board, some of these I took to 3 coats and some I stopped at 2 coats. I say that because some of them I went a touch thinner, and then some of them I went just normal for me. When I went normal for me, I tend to go heavy-handed, PS. I found that 2 coats was just fine. If I went a touch lighter, it was 3 coats. So it's really going to depend on how you polish for how many layers you'll need. My garden is in bloom. I so wanted this woman to get her garden thoroughly plowed. We are all here for you, Mama Bridgerton. My garden is in bloom is described as a green apple base with orange copper to gold shimmer. Yes, I totally said that. This is beautiful. Another flattering color. I think across the board, these are all going to look fantastic on everyone. They're so vibrant, and the shimmer is just stunning in each one respectively. They're so very glowy. To my eyes, I dare say this is almost like this collection's like a cousin to the Ostentatious collection in how they dry down, how they perform with the brush, and amount of opacity, all that good stuff. Dearest Gentle Reader is a cornflower blue with silvery purple to pink shimmer. This collection is like making my secret desire to be a voice actress come out to play. Anyways, I'm going to stop being a nerd. Dearest Gentle Reader is absolutely a purpley type of base, but to me, I think it has a heavy lean on that silvery purple shimmer here. So depending on your lighting situation, it's going to take on more of that base color to the purple or that silvery color at shift. Again, we have super shifty shimmers going on here. A feeling that is like torture is described as a peachy coral base with pink and coral shimmer. Another vibrant color. I'm going to repeat myself on this entire collection and just say same performance, no surprises here. Now, I want to note that the base to this, I appreciate that official description because as I was saying in my lurid video, to me, coral, the actual color coral, I always interpret it as this true orangey pink color. This one is definitely a coral with a strong peach undertone to it. So it's like a warm upon warm type of thing going on with it. 3 coats and a glossy top coat was perfect for me on this one because again, I went in lighter on this. You Must Make Haste is a bright turquoise base with aqua blue green shimmer. So very pretty. I think if I had to pick one out of the entire Bridgerton collection, it would have to be this one. And I know it's not surprising because this one's the turquoise with, an aqua cast to it. But hey, to be fair, I didn't pick the first one I burned for you, which was the bluish, more blue type of base. This one, and I think the bane of my existence, the second one, would have to be my top picks if you had to throw pillows at me and force me to pick out of this specific set. In terms of the Imagineer set, the quad we just saw, I would have to pick the pink, make it pink out of that one because that pink was just stunning. So again, we've got the same thing, rinse and repeat for that flat dry down and that plump buildup. And we're going to move into the Crystal Energy Trio here. We have a 3-piece set. This is a limited trio. So I believe what she's got in stock is what she's got. So these will be leaving the shop soon. And first up, we've got Aquamarine. This is a tranquil sea blue to green glass flake finish with blue metallic flakes and a touch of hollow micro flakes. If you are in my mindset, you are seeing this first one and you're like, that might make a great topper. And I'm here to tell you it's going to topper very well, all 3 of them in the trio. If you go in very, very light, that is. I love that she will cram as many flakes as she can in these bottles, and I so appreciate that. I like my polishes to have all the goodies as much as possible. And if you want to use these as toppers, I'm going to say you'll need to do almost dry brushing to get that more sparse effect. And that is not a bad thing because these can be built to opacity so very easily. Rose Quartz is a lovely pink to orange rose glass flake finish with copper pink metallic flakes and a touch of hollow micro flakes. Now, rose quartz to me, at least because I have a very warm undertone to my skin color, it leaned almost neutral against myself, almost like a nude somewhat. And again, I think it's just because this has an overall warm type of glow to it. Now, for opacity across the board for the trio, I think 2 to 3 coats is perfect. I personally chose to wear them at 3 coats because that's how I would have worn these in real life. And they also dry down quite flat. And that's just because we've got flakes upon flakes, and those metallic flakes behave almost like gold foil and how they adhere to the nail. Amethyst is a peaceful purple, pink, and orange metallic flake finish with pink to purple metallic flakes and a touch of hollow micro flakes. Now, going off of what I was just saying during rose quartz, when you wear these built fully to opacity, heck, I think even wearing them as a topper over a cream, it's going to leave you a touch thirsty and a little bit of texture, just a little bit of unevenness, not gritty like a glitter, because again, bells and whistles, we're not doing glitters here. These are just flaky action. So I will suggest a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. One of these, I don't remember which, I only used a glossy top coat and I forgot to use the glitter smoothing top coat for my photos. And I noticed after like pose number 2 or 3 that the polish itself had like kind of eaten up my top coat. So you'll definitely want to finish with a glitter smoothing top coat. And then we're going to wrap this up, pun intended, with the Halfway to the Holidays duo. These are $12.50 each. The name of this duo just shocks me that we are truly going into the month of August. The beginning of the year was so damn slow. And now it's just like, okay, can we just like catch a break here? Like chill before school starts, please. Christmas in July is described as a vintage antique toned crelly base with red, lime, and teal metallic flakes. Now, to me, this is like your quintessential crelly formula. It's got a jelly sort of lean in how it builds up, with the base color deepening significantly between your coats, but it plumps up ridiculously well like a cream. So if you're wanting like literally the nail polish dictionary definition of a crelly, this is it. I'm going to suggest 3 light coats to build it up and maximize the flaky payoff on your nails, a glitter smoothing top coat, and a glossy top coat to smooth it out. Summerween is described as a greige crelly base with rust, orange purple UCC flakes, orange to gold glass flake blend. So we have another heavy flake bomb going on here. And this was another very easy buildup. I'm going to suggest lighter coats on this. You can probably get away with 2 coats, just if you're wanting a slightly milkier type finish. But I wanted that loud effect. So I took it to the 3rd coat, light coats, mind you, and it was perfect. Again, you'll want to finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. And the final portion of the video is the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. So for the most part, we've got a nice variety of finishes in general, especially in how they dry down. I dare say the Imagineer Quad will topper very well, but as you can see, they are quite pigmented. So personally, I would stick with maybe black if you're wanting something kind of, I don't know, ghostly looking, maybe for some upcoming spooky nail art or something. But personally, if you're going to use them like this, I would suggest a matchy match base. I don't know. They pass the test, but I'm just not feeling it. Bridgerton collection, it toppers beautifully well. Again, very much like its distant cousin, the Ostentatious collection. They're not lacking for shimmer at all, and they go very well over black. With that said, I'm going to suggest using probably matchy match creams for these in addition to the black base because they're quite pigmented. Of course, that's noting that you could do some color theory and kind of mix it up a little bit based off of their respective base colors because we've got a strong tint going here. You Must Make Haste is just stunning. I loved it so much over black. And then the Crystal Energy Trio. Now I went in normal. I tried to go in a touch thinner, but it is what it is. It's still stunning over any base color. There's a lot of versatility with these. But again, if you want that more sparse look, you'll need to dry brush it, meaning take your brush and take out as much flake as possible on the neck of your bottle. And then the Halfway to the Holidays duo, these, I don't know, kind of like the Imagineer quad. Technically, they pass the test, but again, I'm just not feeling it. I don't think you're doing them justice. These are going to launch in Rogue Lacquer's website this coming Friday, July 26th. I will link you all below to Rachel's Rogue Lacquer's website. And I will also link you to the Facebook group if you want to get in there, see direct information from Rachel herself. And I'm also buying myself time here because by the time this video gets released, I should have the information as to what overpours are available. The last I checked, Rachel said that the Mariah trio from PBE is going to be included in this launch, this restock of her website. As for the limited editions, Flake Bomb, the Doorbuster, Pretty Ugly, and the other limited edition Squish, and the Mermaids in the Lake collection, I think those are all 100% overpour if she has anything available. So that's going to be around my head here as I get that information. Check out the description box below for links. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.